Hey y'all, it's Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. Picture this. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app when you spot it. A brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's room of choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Why do you need a content strategy when doing content marketing? Stay tuned to find out.
Welcome.
Okay, here's the question.
You serious?
How are we dark horses? You know, the ones everyone is betting against, the ones they don't expect to win, place, or even show on the track, and they'll even laugh on us when we talk about trying. How do we show the world our greatness and triumph?
Come on.
Well, that's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers.
Let's go.
This is The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. My name is Tracy Brinkman.
And push it up.
What is up? What is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to your daily dose of content marketing and strategy learning. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman, and you? Well, as you know, that's infinitely more important. You are a driven entrepreneur or one in the making. Either way, you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, or just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal, or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And that's why I'm here hitting you with another Daily Success episode coming to you straight from the Dark Horse HQ as we dive deep into success with actionable advice, tips and steps designed to help you level up your game, because as we already know, there are no shortcuts to success except for taking those little steps towards your goal every single day. Now, before we get into today's awesome content, I want to share with you a little bit. You want to keep getting all these daily success tips. Make sure you go on down there and hit that subscribe button. If you're getting any value at all, a tip, a morsel, just a little smidgen, right? And you feel it's worth the effort of the value being brought to you, please go on down there, smash that subscribe button. And while you're there, leave us a 5-star rating. Just click on that 5th star, the one way over on the right-hand side. Yep, that's the one right there. And then go ahead and leave us some kind words in the review. These subscribes, ratings, and reviews tell the podcast platforms just how awesome you think we are. It lifts us up a little bit in the rankings so that we can be exposed to more driven entrepreneurs just like yourself. So go ahead, pause me right now, take a moment and show the show some love and help spread the word. I definitely appreciate it. All right, so content strategy or content marketing. Yeah, well, here's the thing. They complement each other perfectly, but they are not the same things, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to chat with you a bit today about why you need both. So let's step back for a minute, shall we? Let's think about the world we live in today, right? You got Twitter ads, you got Facebook ads, you got Instagram ads, you got ads everywhere. And so many of us in the social media world, heck, not just social media world, just the online world in general, will pay money to escape the ads. So this is where your content marketing allows you to connect with your tribe organically, right? So if you've dabbled in it, you may be one of those that have, started creating some content, and maybe you're even out there posting it regularly. And here's what happens, right? You start to see some changes. Ooh, this is kind of cool. People are engaging with me. They're liking, they're commenting, they're sharing. You start to see a little bit of growth. You see more people connecting with you. But it's really not what you expected, is it? No. See, you expect to soar like an eagle on high, like the brands that you've come to know and love out there. Toyota, Amazon, all those great names. But instead, you're stuck back with that mediocre return on investment that you started with. And that investment is really your time, because content marketing is all about just creating the content. You're kind of just sitting there spinning your wheels, right? So this is where I want to bring home the point that content marketing alone, with a few exceptions, right? We've seen those folks out there that just got lucky, but content marketing alone isn't enough to build that powerful personal brand that you want to get out there. It's not going to give you that banging ROI. That's where a content strategy steps in. So that brings us back to the question is, how are content marketing and a content strategy different? See, content marketing and content strategy complement each other perfectly, like I said earlier, but again, they're not the same thing. The difference? Well, content marketing is really, as I just got finished walking you through the example of, the creation, right? The publishing and your distribution of your awesome content. When you sit down and you come up with that amazing blog post that, brings people to tears or moves them in some way, or you create that little video that you post up on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or any of the social platforms that makes people giggle or thumb stop. They're scrolling and they see your video like, oh, what is this? You stop their thumb and they pause and they engage with your video. They like it. And hopefully, really, the magic button is the share button, right? All of that is just content marketing. And all of that really works best if you're not trying to push a product or a service in that content. You just want to connect with them, right? You want to strengthen your relationship with your tribe, your audience. If you have followed me on Facebook, you'll see a lot of that in my Facebook feed. I get on and do Facebook Lives almost daily, and it's all about adding value, bringing value, sharing some information. I think Monday morning I shared a story that happened over the weekend that brought tears to my eyes, and I wanted to share it with my audience. No push, no selling, just, hey, here's a cool story. You've probably felt this way sometime too, right? You're trying to build that powerful connection, that sharing some value-rich content for your people out there, whether they're struggling, whether they're successful, some way just to connect with them one-on-one. That is an example of powerful content marketing. And then if you're in the Facebook group, you'll see it even more. And if you check out my website, you'll see even more of that. You'll see examples of all kinds of content, and none of that content currently is trying to sell you on anything. You come on into the Facebook group, Dark Horse Tribe, that I always pitch at the end of the interview episodes. You'll see lots of great content, Facebook Lives, interview episodes, and some additional written content, and it's all about bringing value to the members of my tribe, my Dark Horse Tribe in the Facebook group. And so all of that is to say content marketing is all about that organic marketing. It involves giving value to the people so they recognize you and your brand as being a trustworthy solution to what it is they need, what it is they desire, and heck, what it is they actually deserve, right? Okay, I get it, Tracy. I know what content marketing. So where does content strategy come in? Well, the content strategy is going to answer a simple question. Why are you publishing the content? Every piece of content that you publish should be centered around some goal that you're trying to achieve. And the content strategy is going to help you determine exactly what that goal is. For instance, you have all heard about lead magnets. We've signed up for many of them. If you're going to create a lead magnet to try and grow your email list, right, then you're going to compose some emails for the folks to receive on the backside of that lead magnet. Or if someone engages with information on your website, what is it you're going to put on that website? What blog posts are you going to write to establish you as an authority in your niche? All of these pieces of content are created for a specific time and a specific purpose for a specific audience, and they're going to be measured to see if they're reaching that specific level of success. And all of that is as a result of a content strategy. With the right strategy in place, you'll never be sitting there going, I wonder what I'm going to publish today, right? You're not going to have another random piece of content. Now, you might have something impromptu, which is different, but you'll always be targeting a way to get closer and closer to your content marketing goals that are set in your content marketing strategy. Your content marketing strategy is also going to determine who you're reaching with the content that you're setting out there, right? You're going to know who your tribe is. You're going to know what their major pain points are. You're going to know how your product or service can help them. You're going to know why they're even reading your content. I mean, think about it. In the days of letter writing, if you were going to sit down and write a letter or write an email to, let's say, nobody in particular, right? How hard would that be, right? You could write it, but because you don't know the specifics about them, you're not going to be able really to connect at beyond a surface level. On the other hand, you know that they're a driven entrepreneur that's trying to break out of their 9-to-5, or they just broke out of their 9-to-5 and they're grinding away, probably sitting at that desk at 5 a.m. in the morning, figuring out how to make this stuff work. Right? Now you can write an email that can connect with them because you know who they are. You know what their pain points are. You know how you can serve them. So one of the great ways to really help this is to take some time and create some personas, right? Get out there and gather some information about your audience and even give them a name. I was working with an organization. We did this we actually created 5 different personas, and each one of them were different, but they all liked the same thing. They just liked it for different reasons and from a different angle. Now you can, with those personas in mind, you can address your content directly to that person. And then also remember the customer journey that we talked about way back in episode 21, right? The 7 stages of the customer journey. Now, if you take that persona and what stage they're at inside that journey, awareness, consideration, decision, they've already bought and now they're a happy customer, right? You're looking for the referral. Now you can even drill that even deeper with your content because you know what buttons to push that are their hot buttons to reach them in that stage. And that's not manipulative. That's just getting straight to them, right? It's like, hey, I know my wife inside out. I know how to talk to her. If I have a bad piece of news to share, I know how to present that. If I have a great piece of news to share, I know how to present that. If I have a solution or if I have a problem, I know how to present that depending on the situation. It's the same scenario for your personas and where they are in the customer journey. Your content strategy is also going to help you decide what kind of content you want to publish, right? There's so many different types of content out there, right? Blogs, infographics, emails, videos, podcasts, right? Podcasts, hello, right? And then social media messages in its varying types, right? You could do stories. You could do Facebook Lives, right? Do you want to do long form? Do you want to do short form, right? Or do you want to publish on your website, on social media? Do you want to be a guest blogger? Do you want to be a guest host on a podcast? Do you want to go on an influencer's website? It just goes on and on. Your content strategy is stepping back, taking a deep breath and a deep look at what your brand needs and how you can reach your goals through all those different types of content. So you want to find out exactly what kind of content you need, where you want to promote it, and begin to schedule that out so that you can create and publish it. Now, speaking of the publishing piece, it's all about now who's going to do it. Obviously, if you're a solopreneur or an indiepreneur, you're that guy grinding it out at 5 a.m. at that desk. Like I mentioned earlier, you're probably doing it yourself. However, that's probably not going to last forever as you begin to grow, right? You get that content out there, you start to grow and you get a better ROI. You can start setting a budget for an even higher level of content. Not that you're not doing great content, but now you can hand that off to someone who's an expert writer and they can get your content flowing steadily, right? You can hire a content manager. Heck, you can even hire someone that's a content strategist would be an excellent addition. However, to get there, you're going to need to be setting metrics to measure the success of your content marketing. So your content strategy is all about measuring the success because it's super important to be aware of how each piece of publishing content is doing. Is it getting lots of likes? Is it getting lots of, loves, comments? And like I mentioned earlier, the magic one, shares. And this is why I say this is the magic one, because if someone connects with it to a point where they share it, where they've given it their stamp of approval, and they've posted it out there for everyone inside their circle of influence to see, right? And much like you and I, or at least myself, I'll say, is someone shares something from someone else, they share it out. It's like, okay, well, I trust this person. Let's see what this is all about. But the real measurements are going to come like how many people are reading your blog posts, right? Are you holding your readers' attention? Do you see that they get onto that blog post page, but they only stay there for like 5 seconds? Well, there's something going on at the beginning of your content that's losing them, right? Are your emails getting opened? If they're getting opened, are they getting click-throughs, right? And then if you're doing any case studies, are any of those case studies getting read, getting acknowledged, and are they converting your prospects into buyers? Having these metrics in place will definitely tell you whether or not your content is working, and whether your content strategy is working as well, and where you need to make some modifications. Content marketing is good, right? It's great. I love content marketing, but content marketing without a strategy is like getting in your car for a vacation to, well, I don't know, nowhere, right? You just kind of driving around. It's fun at first, but then it gets tiring, and eventually you're going to run out of gas. All right. So get the right strategy in place so you don't waste your valuable time and your energy writing content that doesn't return anything of value back to you. Putting value out there is awesome. I'm a big fan of that. But if you're trying to run a business, getting something in return is amazing. And that something could be your reader's attention. Put in a strategy, like I've mentioned you through, just taking you through here, so that each one of your pieces of content are these well chiseled out pieces of an overall business puzzle that crafts your brand's message and solidifies you as an expert and a solution to your tribe's problem. All right? All right, my Dark Horse friends and family, that wraps up another awesome week here at the Dark Horse HQ. Now, I know you want to keep getting all these daily success tips, so be sure you go on down there, like I mentioned before, if you're getting any value from this podcast, and hit that subscribe button, would you? While you're there, go ahead and hit the 5-star rating and drop us some kind words in the review. Heck, go ahead and drop some constructive words of criticism. I'm always looking to grow. These subscribes, ratings, reviews, like I mentioned before, tell the podcast platform algorithms to lift us up a little bit in the rankings so that we can reach more driven entrepreneurs just like yourself. So please, if you're getting value, take a moment, show the love, help us spread the word. And then if you like to jam with us on a more personal level, come on over to the Facebook group. Go to Facebook, go to that search bar up there and type in Dark Horse Tribe. You should see us right at the top of your screen. Come on in and hang out with us. If for some reason you can't find us that way, go to your favorite web browser, type in darkhorseschooling.com/Dark Horse Tribe, all one word, and that will take you right there. I look forward to meeting you in the group. All right, it's been an awesome week. Thanks for hanging out with me. You get out there, you run your race, and get your results. Come on to the Facebook group and let me hear about them. I'll celebrate with you. Until next week, think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.
This is Bayard Winthrop, founder of American Giant. I started this company because I was fed up with cheap clothes that didn't last and companies that shipped manufacturing overseas. We believed we could still make incredible clothing right here in the US with American cotton and American workers earning real wages. That's what we stand for. Making clothes that actually last. Get 20% off your first order when you use code GIANT20 at american-giant.com.